As principal, it is my honor to host the 10th annual graduation ceremony of Manchester Valley High School. I want to thank the class of 2020 advisors, Ms. Kimberly Gossard and Ms. Katie Hockstead, our assistant principals, Mr. Chris Merson and Ms. Heather Seamus, and the graduation committee for their efforts in organizing this ceremony and all of the graduation celebrations. The flowers placed on the stage are in remembrance of all those important individuals who could not be with us today. To begin our ceremony, we will recite the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Mr. Alexander Schmidt, President of the National Honor Society, followed by the National Anthem, sung by graduating Maverick, Miss Kelsey Gibson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It is with great pride that I address the class of 2020. It has been a pleasure to get reacquainted with you this year and see the growth you've made over the last 4. I believe strongly that the senior class sets the tone for the school year as well as the tone of the student body. The class of 2020 has set the bar very high. You've been a great group, easy to work with, and featured many unique and engaging personalities. As I'm sure you've heard many times, this year didn't end for you like it should have. And I'm so very sorry for how the year ended and for the events that you missed out on, because the class of 2020 deserves the best. As difficult and disappointing as this is for all of you, I know that this period in time will not define you. Rather, the class of 2020 is and will be defined by the character that you demonstrate in the midst of your most challenging struggles. You've handled this adversity with the grace, class, and poise you've demonstrated during your high school career, and especially this, your senior year. You will ultimately be remembered for your great leadership of our student body, your unmatched school spirit, and your unwavering support of each other. What you have accomplished during your time here is only the beginning. Some of you will go on to pursue a rigorous degree from a 2- or 4-year college, while others will gain a valuable certification from a trade school. Some will serve and protect our country by joining a branch of the United States military. Others will directly enter the workforce and help to shape the complexion of our nation's economy. No matter the direction you go, we know you will do great things, and we look forward to hearing of your successes in the years to come. Above all, the class of 2020 is resilient. You've endured 4 principals in 4 years, tornadoes in the month of February, and a global pandemic that drastically altered the last 3 months of your high school career. Despite these obstacles, you have adapted, improvised, and overcome. And while it might not be the closing chapter to your senior year you envisioned, your story is far from over. Rather, it is just the beginning. That new chapter starts now. So have fun writing it and make us proud. Dream big, set goals, and crush them. Work hard and run wild, like Mavericks. On behalf of the staff at Manchester Valley, I thank you for your contributions to our school and community. It has been a privilege to work with such a great group of young men and women, and it's been an honor to serve as your principal. I wish you all good health, happiness, and prosperity as you take the next step in your lives. Congratulations and thank you, class of 2020.
Hello, I am Heather Seamus, the assistant principal here at Manchester Valley, and it is my pleasure to highlight this year's class accomplishments. Of the 331 graduates, 80% plan to continue their education at college, university, or trade school, and over $4.3 million will be awarded in scholarships. In addition, 12% plan to enter the workforce, 22% plan to enter the healthcare field, 15% want to work in science and technology, while 8% plan to enter the military. 94 students earned honor roll status throughout their entire high school career. Alexander Schmidt is the class of 2020 top scholar with a weighted GPA of 4.7. Our drama program enjoyed a rewarding year with valuable and memorable contributions from a fantastic group of seniors. Lucas Bass, Emma Cambley, and Hunter Lease started out the year in dramatic fashion by producing the very successful Student Staff Alumni Show. Jason Cebulski, Alexandra Overby, Elizabeth Vinson, and Kate Walsh served as senior directors in our annual One Act Festival. Alexandra Overby represented Maverick Theater at state competition, qualifying for National Thespian Festival in Solo Musical Theater for a second year in a row. Lucas Bass continued as a founding member and director of Improvaganda. And while Legally Blonde didn't make it to the Maverick stage, many seniors worked overtime in production. Mike Jocelyn served as assistant director, while Emma Cambley and Alex Schmidt served as student directors. Jason Cebulski, Larissa Demendenko, and Hannah Desjardins all held show management positions, and Liz Vincent and Alexandra Overby and Jason Cebulski earned leading roles. In total, 22 Manchester Valley seniors devoted a large portion of their year to drama. The talent and leadership displayed by this extraordinary group of seniors has provided a positive example and set high standards for all who will follow. Seniors in the instrumental department led the way for successful performances this school year. Jason Cebulski was elected for All-County Band, and Brenna Connell and Daniel Schipper were selected for All-County Orchestra. Jason Cebulski was the recipient of the John Philip Sousa Award. Brenna Connell received the National School Orchestra Award, both of which are nationally recognized music awards and at the highest musical achievement which can be earned in a high school instrumental ensemble. Daniel Schipper was the recipient of the Leonard Bernstein Award to recognize his superior musicianship and creativity as a student conductor and composer. Olivia Ward received the Semper Fi Award to recognize her solos in both marching band and wind ensemble. Senior members of the vocal department were an integral part of this year's success. Alexandra Overby and Jason Cebulski earned the Quincy Jones Musicianship Award. Callie Hauk earned the Leonard Bernstein Musicianship Award. Kayla Bauerlein, Emma Cambley, Mackenzie Estes, and Mary Catherine Evans earned the Director's Award for Chorus. The National School Choral Award was given to Hunter Lease, Elizabeth Vinson, and Kelsey Gibson. This is also a nationally recognized award for the highest achievement for a choral student in high school. In athletics, Manchester Valley posted another great year with lots of individual senior accomplishments and team successes as well. In the fall, our football team made an exciting playoff appearance, hosting 2 home playoff games for the first time in school history. They had 5 all-county selections, and Connor Livingston was recognized as the BTC Scholar Athlete. Boys and girls soccer together posted an impressive 10 all-county selections, while golf sent out their first golfer in the last 5 years to a state appearance. Our winter wrestlers made their mark, winning their first regional duels title in our home gym and placing 8 wrestlers to states. Senior state placers were Hunter Green, Thomas Chenoweth, Connor Livingston, and Adam Matson. They had a total of 5 county championships, as well as our first 2 female wrestlers placing in states as well. Boys and girls basketball gave us 2 Player of the Year titles for Brett DeWeese and Amelia Saunders, and saw Amelia become the 3rd player in school history to score over 1,000 points. Both boys and girls 4x800 relay teams brought home county championships consisting of Erin Harold, Emily Harold, Taylor Shank, Ruby Guffna, Sean Bradley, Aiden Neal, Carter Knox, and Colin Evans. To our spring athletes, we may not have had team accomplishments, but each and every one of you is a success that our school community can boast about. You are not defined by this spring, but what you have contributed as a person to our athletic and academic communities. We love and appreciate you all, and thank you for everything you've given us over the past years. We have had an impressive 15 athletes recognized as WTTR Athletes of the Week across 5 different sports. The seniors recognized this year were Garrett Deltuva, Nathaniel Costley for football, Thomas Chenoweth, Adam Matson, and Chad Schaefer and Hunter Green for wrestling, and Amelia Saunders for basketball. We are extremely proud of all of our student athletes and grateful for the outstanding participation level and leadership in all extracurricular activities. Our senior cast has accomplished so much, and we are sure that they will accomplish so much more in the future. Good luck, Mavs, and thank you for having such a positive impact on our school and our community. To address the class, it is my pleasure to introduce the president of the class of 2020, Mr. Ethan Pratt, and the president of our Student Government Association, Ms. Hannah Singh, followed by the graduation address from Mr. Mark Bingham.
I am Ethan Pratt, president of the class of 2020. This year is certainly a year to remember. Although our senior year did not end the way we expected it to, it is important for us to not dwell on the negatives, but rather recognize what our class has accomplished and what we will accomplish. When we first walked through those doors, we were all individuals, getting lost, trying to figure ourselves out, and trying to figure out how to open our lockers. As the years went on, we became more of a unified student body. We worked together and worked harder than ever before. It was incredible to watch us all come together in September for Spirit Week, the pep rally, and football games. We have come a long way from the scared little freshmen we were to the grown-up, determined, and confident graduates that we are today. As we walk across this stage, we are taking our first steps into what we've been told is the real world by our parents and other adults. But what they don't understand is that we've been living in this real world this whole time. We are aware of the events happening in our country. We can recognize the issues plaguing our society, and we want to change those for the better. Each and every one of us has the motivation to change the world. I know I want to, and I hope that you'll join me. Through the last 3 months, it's been expressed to us that the world never takes a sick day. Even when things seem like they're about to calm down, something new is in the works, and it catches us off guard. We've been shown that the only real constant is change. We just have to be ready for it. As we leave high school today, it's important for us to remember the lessons that we've all learned throughout these last 12 years. Make good choices, be kind, power through the struggle, and never, ever, ever backtalk Miss Goodrich. Some of us are going to college, a trade school, the military, or right to work, and I wish each and every one of you the best. I hope to see you all again someday really soon. Remember opening our lockers on the first day whenever we face a new problem in our lives. Take it one step at a time and do not be afraid to ask for help, because once you have that combination down, there's no door in your way that cannot be opened. Thank you.
I am Hannah Singh, the president of the Student Government Association, and would like to welcome you to the class of 2020 graduation. I'm standing here today in front of you, and yet I wasn't sure if we were going to be graduating today. This is not how any of us expected this year to go. Being stripped of our senior events, not making our final memories with our friends, and not being able to graduate together. But we did. We did graduate together, and we survived the last 4 years here at Manchester Valley. 1,373 days ago was our first day of Mavericks. Remember when the class of 2020 sounded so cool? We weren't 2019 or 2021. We were 2020, the class with clear vision, and the class to kick off a new decade. I remember freshman year walking into advisory in all my new classes and being quiet and afraid. We were all divided between the kids from North Carroll Middle and Shiloh Middle. Not wanting to make new friends because we didn't want anyone thinking we were weird. We were afraid to be judged by what we were wearing or if we were cool enough for those around us. Then came sophomore year, the year where we actually felt like high schoolers, not just little freshmen wandering the halls looking lost, but high schoolers who were starting to get their permits and licenses and enjoying the easy year of high school. It was definitely not easy from going from a sophomore to a junior. I think we can all agree that junior year was the most difficult year, but the year that we grew the most. It was the beginning of SAT testing, multiple AP courses, Algebra 2, and looking and applying for colleges. But now look at us. Look back at our senior year, and we've all come together and made it. One day I was talking to one of our class advisors, Ms. Hockstead, and she said over the last 3 to 4 years being an advisor for 2020, she has never seen the class so close together. There was Noah Brown sifting through text in her trash and bringing back recycling so we could win the recycling wars. There was also Madison Smith and Shelby Davis begging people for change for penny wars. And we can't forget Tyler Shoup creating the Spirit Cone. We all came together and finally won the Spirit Saddle, which never changed how close the class got for the rest of the year. We all came in as naive freshmen, being scared but also thinking we were cool, because we were in high school. Now, we are independent individuals who have learned so much over the 4 years, but we wouldn't have done it with the help of our teachers and families. Teachers, on the behalf of Class of 2020, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for choosing to teach us, for coming in before school and staying after so we could finish up a test. I want to thank you for not only being our teachers, but our mentors and people we can trust. And I want to thank you for helping us become who we are today. Not only do I have to thank our teachers, but our families, and those who have raised us for the last 18 years. You've taught us how to be responsible, bring our lunches and books to school because we forgot them at home, and you've been our biggest fans and still are. You've all taught us how to be good people, how charity begins at home, and how there is no excuse for hard work. You've also lived a life we are about to step into, and you've raised us while doing it. Thank you for being our biggest supporters. In the last 4 years, so much has changed. We have all grown and continue to write our stories that we started on August 29th, 2016. Now that our 4 years of Mavericks are over, we are all separating and going our own ways. The path is no longer about the children that have arrived, but the adults who are leaving. Congratulations, Class of 2020. We made it.
Greetings, graduates, and thank you for inviting me to speak at your graduation. In Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, Caesar famously says, "But I am constant as the northern star," meaning his mind is unchanged, that just like the North Star's position is fixed, so is his mind. But I got news for Caesar and Shakespeare. Not even the North Star's position is fixed forever. It too will change, so it won't be in the same spot in our northern sky. The only constant in life is change. And for you, Manchester Valley Class of 2020, there was great change from beginning to end of your high school career. As freshmen, you arrived at the new reconstituted Man Val, the one that was now double in size after absorbing North Carroll. For many, that change was very difficult. And now, at the end of your high school career, a pandemic has forced us to close school for the final 3 months of your senior year. The only constant in life is change. My message today is about problematic change and our reaction to it, because change will happen, but it's what we do about it, how we react to it, that will determine its outcome. As a senior in English 12, many of you read Lord of the Flies by William Golding. You know, the group of boys whose plane crash lands on an uninhabited island. Suddenly, their lives changed. Ralph, Jack, and Piggy try to figure out how to survive in the new normal. Soon, there's a conflict between good and evil, right and wrong, civilized behavior, and savagery. Ultimately, it seems their moral compass is no longer constant. They bully, they fight, they murder. These once innocent and sweet children were born beasts, ready to pounce on the weak and dominate others, thinking only of themselves. Is this work of fiction a true measure of our behavior? That as soon as things go south, we turn on each other? I'd like to offer an alternate ending to Lord of the Flies. And no, it's not one that includes zombies, although that would be awesome. What if the boys cooperated and worked together to solve their problems? What if they thought of others when this terrible change altered their lives? Well, that alternate ending is not actually fiction. It happened in real life. In 1966, 6 boys from the Pacific island nation of Tonga decided they would run away. Apparently, they were angry at the drudgery of school. They just wanted an adventure. They packed some supplies, stole a boat, and headed off for parts unknown. Of course, mayhem ensued. They forgot a map. They forgot a compass. Their sail ripped to shreds in a storm. They were lost at sea. And then, hallelujah, they come across a deserted island. Like Tom Hanks and Wilson in Castaway. Like Gilligan and the Skipper in Gilligan's Island. Like those boys in Lord of the Flies. But they didn't bully the weak or dance wildly around a pig's head covered in flies. Once there, they organized themselves, hunting and fishing and gathering coconuts and bananas and other foods. They prayed together, sang together, and figured out a way to fairly solve their disputes between each other. They were there for 15 months before they were finally rescued. And when they were rescued, all 6 were found healthy, muscular and strong, and in good spirits. What does this tell us? Perhaps that when faced with trying and threatening changes, people in real life can act differently from those boys in Lord of the Flies. Maybe it's telling us that we can do better, that instead of thinking that greed is good and that power should be used to stomp on others to get ahead, maybe we should think that mutual respect and being kind and considerate of others is actually good again. And that that's what will bring us happiness in life. We see it in this pandemic. Medical workers putting their lives on the line for the rest of us. Random strangers that made masks and gowns and shipped them all over the country with no thought of reward for themselves. Things were bad and they just had to make it better. Like Chris Austin, the Texas manufacturer of a plastic helmet that functions as a low-cost ventilator. Before the pandemic, he produced them in a small workshop. Then COVID hit. Volunteers came to his home and worked 24/7 to produce these things and ship them out to hotspots like New York. Then he offered to share the specs of his device to any manufacturer free of charge. He had to know that might hurt his business in the future. But he also knew that his actions were going to help other people. People he didn't even know. People like Chris Austin are all over the country. Like our own Man-Val class of 2020 graduate, Colin Evans, who's helped design and 3D print pieces for our healthcare workers. Like our own Man-Val class of 2020 graduate, Tyler Jaws Jaworski, who's been a firefighter and EMT both before and during the pandemic. Like our own Man-Val class of 2020 graduates, Landon Bean and Preet Mann, who've been working with residents at Longview Nursing Home. Class of 2020, like those boys from Tonga, you have a choice now and for the rest of your lives. When things change unexpectedly for the worse, you can choose to put yourself above all others, selfishly living for the moment, not caring at all what happens. Or you can do what those boys did when faced with a crisis. Work together respectfully, figure out how to deal with a problem at hand, and then solve it for the benefit of all. The choice is yours. Manchester Valley class of 2020, I'm proud of you, and I have faith in you. Thank you.
Greetings and congratulations, Manchester Valley High School class of 2020. It goes without saying that none of us could have predicted the pandemic events of these past several months, and that we would not be able to hold so many of our activities, events, and our traditional commencement exercises. But please know, nothing, not even our current circumstances, can diminish your accomplishments and achievements over the many years that have brought you to this point in your lives. Therefore, it's with great pleasure and pride that I officially present the graduating class of 2020 of Manchester Valley High School. The Board of Education of Carroll County, Principal Guerra, and I certify that these graduates have successfully completed all the requirements for a Maryland High School diploma or certificate. Congratulations, Manchester Valley High School class of 2020.
Alexander Gregory Schmidt. Ethan Isaac Pratt. Amber Nicole Pratt. Hannah Singh. Haley Jordan Gardner. Connor Lee Bobst. Deacon Scott McNelly. Adam Kenneth Mattson. Dustin James Harold. Catherine May Crate. Connor Matthew Vogelsang. Victoria Rose Breeden. Tiernan Victoria Delmont. Hunter Andrew Lease. Trey Douglas Collisard.
Robert Joseph Brown. Delaney Taylor Denneker. Brendan David Russell. Jenna Brooke Lowe. Jacob Dale Long. There you go. Joseph Sanford DeMario. Lillian Breeze Austin. Connor Gregory McLeod Livingston. Mallory Rose Warfield. Amelia Rose Saunders. Brett Thomas DeWeese. Mary Elizabeth Stroup.
Madeline Olivia Lee College. Virginia Ruth Murray. Edward William Meredith. Lucas Emmanuel Bass. Francesca Marie Chakna. John Lloyd Metz.
Catherine Dawn Horn. Madeline Kidder Mitzel. Caleb Michael Reed. Liam Dylan Amick. Garrett Douglas Deltuva. Dominic Julian Fernandez.
Tyler David Allen. Haley Elizabeth Matthews. Eric Joseph Valentine. Emily Joy Lunsford. Chloe Allison Lawyer. Isabella Margaret Lawyer. Brendan Dominic Wilson. Matthew Walker Deaver. Go ahead and walk over and get your diploma. Adriana Lynn Salkin.
Alyssa Lorraine Salkin.
Christopher Michael Wonder. Alexandra Marie Overby.
Cameron Joshua Reitz. Brandon Kyle Rector. Nathaniel Maurice Costley Jr. Alexandra Rose Friedman. Madison Ray Christine Lane. Kelsey Elizabeth Gibson. Chloe Frances May. Brandon Matthew Smith. Brenna Lynn Connell. Corinne Elizabeth Miller Aberts. Grace Taylor Hale.
Shelby Lynn Rollman. Jonah Thomas Maynor. Elizabeth Molly Capinos. Everett Cole Jones. Riley Alice Breathing. Rachel Maya Bush. Alexis Samantha Bell. Colin Wayne Evans. Jocelyn Darby Hughes. Brennan Scott Shanybrook. Abigail Lee Shepard. Natea Meredith Louise Dickerson. Abigail Faith Black. Mary Catherine Evans. Braden Alexander Safely. Michaela Rose Frock. Daniel Scott Sanders. Haley Madison Clark. Thomas Scott Eckerd. Miranda Lynn Spears.
Landon Mackenzie Bean. Austin Douglas Sissel. Elizabeth Rose Pratt. Alexis Lee Klauser. Benjamin Irvin Wheeler. Emily Dean Harold.
Joseph Andrew Sviatko IV. Kevin Robert Rebar. Stuart Vincent Rebar. Isabel Madison Wade. Jordan Adora McLean. Michael Miller Jocelyn. Riley David Globus.
Dominic Elias DeCunzo. Alexa Elizabeth Herb. Nicholas J. Lambert. Matthew Taylor Wood. Angelique Noel Sr. Joshua Daniel Glorioso.
Brandon Allen Hopkins. Aiden Alexander Reynolds. Calix Henrik Ruiz. Brooks Mitchell Coleman. Whitley Joe Allison Winstead. Allison Mary Catherine Young. Ashley Beatrice Cosmecos. Austin James Counterman. Kevin Michael Weinkauf Jr. Sierra Brooke Friend. Hunter Tyler Grimes. Sarah Nicole Haynes.
Adam James Bell. Elizabeth Hordeski. James Clark Carmody. Stephen Patrick Carmody. Tyler Martin Davis. Sabrina Nicole Reese. Madison Claire Smith. Kyle Joseph Scott. Dylan Martin Soboleski. Tyler Stephen Rada. Kayla Leanne Stein. Anthony Ray Cole. Larissa Ann Demendenko. Hannah Faith Desjardins.
Jessica Lynn Tipler. Molly Mackenzie Smith. Ella Margaret Zanis. Kayla Dawn Headley. Austin James Christopher. Andrew Christopher Haynes. Wesley James Devereaux. Jacob Patrick Signs. Lena Caroline Hodges. Hannah Rose Iser.
Maddie Ray Regal. Benjamin Alexander Malakin. Andrew Connor Brines. Mackenzie Noel Burns. Jonathan Michael Green. Joshua Ryan Wolf. Gracie Maeve Schultz. McKenna Lee Miller. Taylor Renee Nelson. Madison Leanne Merriman. Megan Amanda Parker. Catherine Elizabeth Walsh. Zachary Allen Berthune.
Andrew James Barth. Olivia Catherine Ward. Alexander Reed Capella. Cameron Marie Bray. Logan Scott Hahn. Allison Hunter Rhodes. Taylor Nicole Grace Nats. Nathan Greer Bloxam Schaefer. Sydney Noel Diem. Hunter James Lehman. Benjamin Martin Santmeyer. Chloe Christina Copa. Tyler Andrew Jaworski. Braden Joseph Letty. Connor Mark Trump. Garrett Wayne Borner. Grant Joseph Borner. Trinity Lynn Beatty.
Benjamin Thomas Retberg. Lindsay Nicole Franks. Tyler Jaru Shoop. Jaden Elizabeth Paul. Brody Lucas Morgan Lewis. Hannah Marie Sawicki. Evan William Mahosky. Samuel Joseph Blanton. Andrea Lauren Bell. Mackenzie Ann Estes. Elizabeth Joy Vinson. Jason Andrew Sobolski. Anne Lorraine Fielding. Jacob Anthony Bond. Elizabeth Desta Woldeselassie. Austin Lee Zepp. Nicholas Michael Christ. McKenna Ray Bauer. Bryce Taya Doran. Eva Mary Bowers. Emily Sarah Toback. Kirsten Nicole Crockett.
Zachary Joseph Habercorn. Jenna May Hollingshead. Megan Renee Branscombe. Dylan Charles Dotson. Autumn Yvonne Kuhnfield. Haley Lauren Pryor. Mary Brooke Croston. Hunter Kaylee Broman. Daniel Edward Shipper, Jr. Catherine Megan Cuneo. Delaney Elizabeth Bartholow. Callie Johanna Hauk. Connor Thomas Riguri. Mackenzie Ann DeAnthony. Peter Roland Lepo. Callie Elizabeth Farmer. Giovanna Nicole O'Donohue. Joseph Edward Ham. Victoria Elizabeth Little. Karina Marie Parsley. Justin David Holmes. Jaskeen Singh Athwal. Hannah Grace Kleindienst. David Myron Deal. Shelby Juanita Davis. Abby Louise Brown. Chloe Danielle Madaleska. Elissa Eileen Sprouse. Lily Peyton Kunert. Sarah Jordan Flater. McKenna Jolie Wolf. Alexa Megan Superco. Jaden Elizabeth Superco. Jacob Allen King. Andrew Joseph Blanche Jr. Berkeley McKenna Luber. Jedzia Candy Tuft Pennington. Hannah Lee Neubauer. Rebecca Ann Thompson. Kaylee Marie Luckett. Patrick Anthony Stetson. Amy Ann Min Robinson. Inderpreet Kaur Mann. Sarah Rose Kraft. Chad Barry Schaefer. Jacqueline Lene Gouge. Isaiah Marquis Athey. Aaron Stephen Edward Imbragulio. Matthew Christian Myers. Michael Caleb Barreline. Noah Wesley Brown. Sydney Leanne Rousseau. Olivia Stephanie Glacier.
Hunter Aaron Green. Ashley Elizabeth Kane. Magdalena Cavello Costanzo. Peyton Elizabeth Valentino. Yamil Ian Roland Malave. Nathaniel Justice Cole. Yeslin Priscilla Vasquez Bonilla.
Josephine Amanda Schaefer. Faliba Abbas Al-Fadlawi. Nigaganor Abbas Al-Fatlawi. Ashley Rose Leister. Michelle Judith Wise. Gabrielle Jolie Tripp. Corinne Marie Kitterman.
Claire Danielle Sunderland. Jacob Taylor Everhart. Kaylin Elizabeth Miller. Bryson Anthony Rowan. Josiah Kawanjai Zayavong. John Curran Savaleski. Emily Marina Hernandez. Nina Maria Rios. Megan Louise Kelly. Paul Sanjay Chakshi. Catherine Maricela Villalobos Portillo. Charles Elliott Haig. Shay Elise Forwood. Shane Dustin Quick.
Corinne Sophia Kirby. Griffin George Vanet. Tyler Ryan Prell. Shelby Lynn Hobbs. Julia Faye Trainer. Kira Elise Terrell. Hunter Charles Cool. Dylan Michael Miller. Braden Michael Reed. Ellie Madison Angnoth. Abel Joseph Herndon. Travis John Smith.
Tyra Elizabeth Paulson. Hope Marie Simons. Zanaya Kita Rodrigo Villarmino. Sean Kieran Bradley. Jaden Matthew Gardner. Caitlin Patricia Mooney. Shaylee Rianne Jackson. Erin Megan Nickel. Emma Catherine Cambley. Nathan Arthur Welsh. Cassidy Michelle Johnson. Haley Francis Glover. Logan Dylan Miller.